God created marriage to be the foundation of human life. Today's lesson is about my husband has lost interest. His touch. Part one of a 5-part deep lesson about marriage and how marriage needs to be looked upon in relation to God's word. When two people get married, they love each other and they hope to be together until they die, fulfilling their vows as it comes about. But what happens when circumstances change and the husband gets busy doing things in life? He neglects his wife and he stops holding her hand, touching her, and telling her that he loves her. Husbands, we need to love our wives as God commanded. And we need to turn away from the things that are causing us grief in our marriages. Our wives are hurting because of us losing interest. Neglect in this relationship. In the book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 7, verses 3 and 4, Paul illustrated some verses here that we need to take heed of. The husband should fulfill his marital duty to his wife, and likewise the wife to her husband. So it's reciprocal. The husband and wife being there for one another, loving each other, protecting one another. The wife does not have authority over her own body, but yields it to her husband. In the same way, the husband does not have authority over his own body, but yields it to his wife. See, when God created Adam, and he saw that it wasn't suitable for man to be alone, he created someone to be with that man. So he took the rib from man and formed woman. So the two can become one flesh, leaving behind their lives with their families. We need to come back to God's authority. And husbands, we need to love our wives. We need to rekindle our marriages. We need to stop being distant and cold, unloving, because we're letting the world destroy this relationship that God created. It is time to change this way of living. In the book of Ephesians, in chapter 5, verse 33, however, each one of you must also love his wife as he loves himself, and the wife must respect her husband. See, if we love ourselves, that means we should be loving our wives the same way. God created an equal balance between husband and wife, complementing one another, loving each other richly, fulfilling God's plan for every marriage to be. And when we lose interest and we have Our wives longing for a touch when we come home from work, and they're hoping we're going to hug them or give them a kiss. Instead, we're looking for something to eat. We're looking to go in our man caves. We're looking to watch television or go out with our friends and do other things other than cultivate that marriage. It is time to come back to this spiritual bond, united with the Lord. And the time is right now. If you or someone you know that is struggling so deeply, and their husbands have left their wives in a bind, in despair, in sadness and grief, longing for their husbands to touch them, to have interest in them like they did before and right after they were married. It is time right now to turn from our selfish ways and reconnect in our marriages. Our marriages are the spiritual grounding of human life. It is time to go back to God's purpose, His will, to radiate in our lives for the everlasting life that God has prepared for His children.